You have big dreams. Seriously, they're huge. In your head, you're already there. You can see the success, feel the breeze from the balcony of that house you want, and hear the applause. It feels so real that your brain practically throws a party every time you think about it. But then, reality hits. When it's time to actually sit down and do the work, you freeze. You wait. You tell yourself, tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day I become a superhero. But tomorrow arrives and you're still in your pajamas, scrolling through cat memes. You aren't alone. There is a specific, frustrating category of people who are exactly like you. I call it the ambitious but lazy paradox. You're full of world-changing ideas, but you're stuck in psychological cement. The worst part? That nagging voice in your head. You know you're capable of more. You feel the potential burning inside you, but you just can't seem to make your legs move. But hey, listen to me, this isn't because you're a bad person. It's not a lack of intelligence or talent. This is pure psychology. These are neural patterns, software programs in your brain that have been running for years. And the best thing about software? It can be rewritten. Let's look at a day in the life. You wake up with the best intentions. Today is the day, you shout. You're going to crush that project. You're going to be a productivity machine. But first, you just check your phone. Just for a second. 5 minutes becomes 50. An hour vanishes. Suddenly, half the day is gone, and you feel that heavy sinking feeling in your stomach. I'll start after lunch, you say. But after lunch, you're hit with a food coma. You feel tired, unmotivated. The mountain looks too high to climb now. I'll start tomorrow when I have real energy, you promise. At night, you lie there feeling like a failure. You're disappointed. You wasted another 24 hours of your life. To stop the pain, you make a super plan for the next morning. You feel a rush of fake motivation. But when the sun comes up, the motivation has evaporated like mist. You're back to scrolling, back to avoiding, back to the loop of doom. Here's the science of what's actually happening. Your brain is a house divided. One part, the prefrontal cortex, wants the trophy. It dreams big. It sets the goals. But there's another part, the amygdala, that just wants you to stay alive and comfortable. To that part of your brain, hard work looks like a saber-toothed tiger. When you think about your goals, your brain doesn't see success. It sees threats. It sees effort, uncertainty, and the terrifying possibility of failure. And your brain hates discomfort. So, it offers you an escape hatch, dopamine. Hey, your brain whispers, don't write that book. Look at this video of a guy building a swimming pool in the woods instead. You click. The dopamine hit. You feel better instantly. The anxiety goes away. Your brain just learned a dangerous lesson. Avoiding goals equals feeling good. This isn't laziness, it's survival mode. Your brain thinks it's saving you from a tiger, but it's actually stealing your future. Every time you choose the phone over the work, you're telling your brain that your dreams don't matter. You're probably thinking, I just need more discipline. I need that alpha motivation. But let's get real. Motivation is a feeling. It's like the weather. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's raining. You cannot build a house on a foundation of sunny days. You don't need motivation. You need systems. Discipline isn't a superpower you're born with. It's a muscle. And right now, that muscle is a bit flabby because you've been letting it rest too much. And then there's the big boss, perfectionism. You have such a high standard for success that anything less than perfect feels like failure. So you wait for the perfect plan. You wait until you feel ready. Newsflash, ready is a lie. Ready is just fear wearing a fancy tuxedo. It's an excuse to never start. Because if you never start, you can't fail, right? You can stay in the fantasy where you're a genius who just hasn't tried yet. Let's be brutally honest for a second. You're scared. You're scared that if you actually try, really, truly try, and you still fail, then it means you aren't special. It means your ideas might not be that great. That fear is paralyzing. It's much safer to stay in the dream world. But here is the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. Inaction is. When you fail, you get data. You learn. You grow. When you do nothing, you stay exactly where you are, but you get older and more bitter. Every person you admire has failed more times than you've even attempted. They didn't have a secret. They just took imperfect action. They started while they were still shaking with fear. So, how do we break the cycle? Step 1 is a tough pill to swallow. You are not going to feel like doing it. You're waiting for a lightning bolt of energy. It's not coming. You have to take action despite the resistance. Especially when you don't feel like it. Every time you work through the "I don't want to," you are literally physically rewiring your brain. You're teaching your amygdala that discomfort isn't a tiger, it's just a workout. Start small. No, smaller than that. If you try to change your whole life overnight, your perfectionism will kill the attempt by Tuesday. Asterisk, don't write a book. Write one paragraph. Asterisk, don't work for 8 hours. Work for 15 minutes. It doesn't matter how small the step is. What matters is the momentum. Successful people don't have more willpower than you. They just have better design. If your phone is on your desk, you will check it. That's not a lack of character, it's a design flaw. Stop relying on willpower. It's a limited resource. Instead, engineer your environment. Asterisk, put the phone in another room. Asterisk, close the 50 browser tabs. Asterisk, tell people, do not disturb me for the next hour. When you remove a distraction, you remove a decision. And every decision you save gives you more fuel for your actual work. I'm going to tell you something you might not like. Stop watching so many videos like this. Wait, not yet. Finish this one first. But seriously, productivity content is a trap. It feels like progress. Your brain thinks that because you watched a 15-minute video on the habits of billionaires, you've actually done something. You haven't. It's just another form of avoidance. You don't need more information. You need execution. Accept that your first attempt will be garbage. Your first video, your first business plan, your first workout, they will all suck. And that is perfectly fine. Quality is a byproduct of quantity. You have to be a bad version of yourself before you can ever be the great version. Progress is not a straight line up. It's a messy scribble. You're going to have bad days. You're going to spend a whole Tuesday watching 1920s silent films instead of working. When that happens, stop beating yourself up. Shame is like heavy luggage. It makes it harder to get back on the path. Practice self-compassion. Talk to yourself like you'd talk to a friend. Okay, we messed up today. That's fine. Let's do 5 minutes of work right now and try again tomorrow. Forgiveness isn't about being soft, it's about being strategic. It gives you the mental space to try again. Build the life, don't just dream it. Lazy is not who you are. It's just a pattern of behavior. You are someone with massive potential who has been stuck in a comfort loop. But now you have the map. You know how the brain works. Ambition without action is just a fantasy. And wishing won't build the life you want. Take one small step today. Just one. Show your brain who's actually in charge. You've spent enough time imagining the life you want. Now it's time to build it. Not someday. Not when you're ready. Go do one thing. Right now. I'll see you in the next one.